The next one is a media expert, a leader, and author. She has led 20 of the top media stations in Kenya, including Citizen Radio, and trained over 700 media personalities and managers in Kenya and, let me flip my page, in Kenya and across Africa. She is a speaker and trainer with an edge in strategic leadership, media sustainability, digital transformation. She's been awarded in Kenya Top 40 Under 40 Women honor in recognition of her impact in the media. We're talking about Simaloi Dajom. Come to the stage. Yes, let's clap until she gets here. Let's clap until she gets here. And here is your mic. And I'm going to ask you a question. And your question is, why did you choose to write about the power of small beginnings? And whom would you say is a message intended for? Take it.
Thank you, Hannah, for the amazing, amazing moderation. I know you are all expecting a bigger person, an older person maybe. That is why I write about the power of small beginnings. Because in most of the rooms I have been, sometimes the youngest, other times probably the only lady. So I tap into that power of smallness. And the power of small beginnings starts from my own small beginning. I'm a product of small beginnings. Growing up with no real special advantage, the places that Hannah is talking about, where she goes on holiday, Masai Mara, I grew up in a place like that, only on the other side of Kenya, at the foot of Mount Kilimanjaro, the extreme corner of Masai land. No proper roads, no university in sight, no mentor, no one that you can look up to in the craft that I wanted to study, which is media, and say, I can learn a thing or two. So there is really no roadmap to follow. Yeah. So I use my story, and I hope it empowers someone to use their strong beginning as a leverage, not as an excuse. Because there are many of us that may not have had the advantage of having godfathers, of getting big doors opened for them, but I just want to encourage you that it does not matter where we start. Because we have no control, really, about where we start. That is totally out of our hands, but we have absolutely every control over how we end up there. But how we end up there is because of process. So in my chapter about the power of small beginnings, I write about the power of process. Process is what takes you from the small beginning to the desired end. And I am thankful for where we are today, and I hope there are also many, in addition to my fellow authors, there are many young people, because we live in a dispensation where we have a generation that wants to skip the process. We have no control over the small beginning. We want the great corner office. We want the great accolades that we've had read about every amazing author there, but we do not want to go through process. Yeah. So process is painful. It hurts, but that is where greatness is made. Yeah. So I write about the power of process and how every time we skip process, there has to be a redo. Even God does not skip process. Look at every great person that he worked with. From Moses, he had to send him from Egypt to the wilderness to work on him. Process. To Jacob, he had to run away from his own homeland to his uncle to be taken through process. So process is what refines. And through process, I talk about the power of mentorship. And I love that there's so many amazing coaches in the room, and there's also fellow mentors. And what I love about mentorship is that it is the only shortcut that I have found to process. So when you get the right mentors and you get the right coaches, then you're able to navigate your process better, to cut off significant amount of time through that process. And I also write about the power of purpose. In everything that we do, who else does it serve other than ourselves? Yeah. How do we ensure that what we do actually makes a difference to other people? Imagine a tree that develops all these amazing fruits, grows all these amazing fruits and eats all those fruits itself. What kind of tree would that be? Yeah. So I pray that we are not trees that only develop the fruits that we eat, but the fruits are also able to feed others. So that is basically the essence of my chapter, which makes the end of the book. And aptly, I close my chapter with a poem. And I would like to dedicate this poem to every author that is in the room. Because there's a lady who said something very powerful, that as you go through leadership and as a lady, as you go through the process of becoming, we take care of everybody else. But often we forget ourselves. So I write this to encourage myself and every other person that even as we go through that, it is very important to pause, take that break, and be unapologetic about taking the time to refresh. Allow me to read for you this ode. And I say, arise, shine, for your light has come. Dream anew, bigger. This book is just the first chapter in your adventure book of life. This time, may you venture off the shore. May you venture off the safe shore often. As you give life, may you remember to live. As you scale the ladder of success, may you remember to pause and take in the view. Looking back with gratitude and ahead with a lot of hope. As you rush through the hustle and bustle, remember to pause for breath. Soak in the scent of the present, reflect the afterglow of the sun's kiss, dance to that random song. May you never lose that sparkle of wonder in your eyes. As you reach back to uplift, remember to reach up for uplifting. As you build, may you grow. As you pour out, may you remember to pour in. For how can an empty vessel fill, or a burnt-out candle set others alight? Let go of that cliff for your wings to take flight. Go on. So, thank you very much. May God bless you all.
Wow.